Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to be for the week of the 19th going to the 25th of June. So let's have a look together and see what's going on for you guys, okay? All right, let's see. Like the word golden is really coming up. All right, thank you. Ooh, interesting combination of cards. Now, I have to mention in the last two earth sign readings, there was a interesting keyword that seems to be passing over in the element for you guys, and it's enlightenment. So for a lot of you, I do really sense that you're gaining that. And by the way, if you're seeing more orbs, you guys, I do kind of believe that you're like your psychic or spiritual gifts are definitely going to be like opening up at this time. You're stepping into it a lot more. Some of you, I don't know why I'm picking up on this, but some of you like need like a cold water splash or like a cold shower or something. I don't know, something significant around cold water. I don't know. Refreshing maybe for you. I don't know. Maybe some of you need that waking up. Anyway, let's see. You guys are really finding something out about your purpose though, by the way. And I have to say this is going to require some work though for you, Virgo, in a good way. Don't worry. It may seem a little bit draining, but because it's linked to your purpose, and I'm hearing creation, it's linked to your creation. Or maybe you're being creative. It's to do with something that you made for yourself. It could even be a company or an idea or something. Your creation is your purpose. Interesting. So for a lot of you, you are meant to be creative, creating something. Okay, anyways, what I was going to say about this is you are tapping into your purpose. And it does feel like there is some work to do, some past stuff, whether this is shadow work or whether it's just like a backlog of things that you have to, deal with, settle. But once that's done, like the ball is going to be rolling. You're getting the truth about your destiny. That's what it feels like. And I'll show you why. So on the bottom of the deck, which is where I'm feeling like this is where the work. Sorry if you can hear the train in the background. I will wait. Okay. So the clean up card is usually the card of like, okay, you've got all this work to do. And it's usually about taking responsibility, taking on that leadership role and getting it done, which can be good. You're clearing the air. By the way, some of you need to sage or do whatever to clear your energy, to clear the energy around you, even if it's the things that you're engaging in. Okay, you guys are doing a total cleanup, like energetically around you, inside you. This is what's going to help you align to your purpose, because I'm just picking up on this energy. And now my throat chakra is starting to go, by the way, guys. Like all of a sudden it started to get itchy. Something is blocking you from tapping into that truth. All right, so that's really what I was going to say, and it just made more sense. There is something blocking your energy. Could be inside, could be external. I think it might be even both. So I do pick up that you guys could definitely benefit from cleansing your energy. Pay attention to the words that you speak. The color blue is definitely going to be, I'm telling you, that's a happy coincidence, okay? I call it happy coincidence when I know it's not coincidence, but if I tell anyone it's a sign, they think I'm crazy. But no, you guys get it. So yeah, something is blocked. So you are really doing that deep stuff. Again, this could be shadow work for a lot of you. This could be just the need to clear out some things that you've been needing to do for a while. Even if it's kind of reaching out to certain people, if you feel like you need to clear something, you could just be writing notes, sending it to people or not sending it. You're just getting something out of you. That's what it feels like. It's just quite interesting. But it's to do with your past, all right? Sorry. It's to do with your past, because it's kind of always when this card comes in, it's like a backlog. I always see it as something that's built up, something that we've been avoiding, something that we couldn't deal with at that time. Now we're dealing with it. But you're doing it in a leadership. Very powerful. I love the energy that's coming through, even though it looks like work, and I don't think you really want to hear that. It's empowering, because you're controlling your life, Virgo. You're controlling your life. which I love to see it. Okay, so I'm going to pull some cards out for you, but I will show you the things that are coming up. But it is very linked to your purpose, very spiritual reading coming through for you. But I think that's where the focus is needing to be for some reason this week. All right. For Virgo, please, for the week of the 19th. Ooh, to the 25th. Interesting. I love how this came out, actually. And again, a lot of you guys are definitely gifted in some way, even if you're just an empath, okay? Even if you're just a sensitive, highly sensitive person, you are able to feel the energy when it shifts. That's what happens when you're sensitive. Whether you call it being, intuitive or not, you are. You're just connecting to the things around you. But this is actually being very beneficial to you within this week. I actually feel like your emotions are going to be more imbalanced. Don't know why. I will try to find out. But what came up is beautiful because the first card, which is usually the strongest, Virgo, is the Ten of Pentacles, which is all about that abundance. Okay, there could be some significance around a family. Within this week, this is really about a windfall, an opportunity that's going to pay off in the long term. What actually came out with this as well, I'm going to show you in the order that it came out with because it's very significant. With that full card in the middle, jumping away from the Four of Pentacles and into the 10, you guys are going from a very isolated, restricted, limited energy, fearful, anxious, afraid energy, which is why it's kept to itself, holding it all in, holding back, not being able to give or not having anything to give, and fear, there's a fear behind the Four of Pentacles. The Fool card, there's just this sudden, I'm going to try to find out what it is, but I do believe it's linked to some sort of purpose or something changing. For a lot of you, it's to do with the clouds. Look, listen to me when I'm saying this. I'm so sorry, Virgo, but I'm really channeling in something for you. As I said here, you're clearing the air. As you can see, he's kind of clearing the fog and the mist around the clouds. And what seems to be changing in this card is the sun is coming out of the clouds now. There is more confidence when it comes down to your future. You are being shown clarity. You're being shown some sort of truth, whether it's, I feel like it is on a spiritual level. I think it is to do with your purpose. There is a lack of fear with the Fool card. In fact, fear has gone out the window completely. He's taking this big, bold chance on himself and on the universe and trusting that the universe is going to soften the fall here and lead the way as the umbrella would do. And it's going into the Ten of Pentacles. Some of you could be getting a pet. There is specifically dogs coming through in this. Sorry, I really like to breathe like that. Like it helps me, reset. So you're jumping into abundance. So expect your money to increase. Expect your workload to become a little bit more efficient. That's the word coming to mind, but it's going to pay off as well. Like you'll jump into your work a little bit more, have more ambition to do what it is you need to get done, and it is going to pay off for you. For some of you, this is maybe whatever is going to bring you stability and security, like the Ten of Pentacles does. That's what you're jumping into. This is also a card of loyalty. Okay, so this big leap of faith is definitely worth it, but I feel like it's because something is calling to you. You have the Truth Be Told in your first oracle card, which is about you finding some sort of truth. Whether it's coming from somebody's mouth or whether it's about a situation, usually when this card comes in, I always see it as a little bit of like a timeline shift. So for a lot of you, Virgo, I do see that you're going to get a glimpse of a life that you knew to be true, but didn't think that it was ever within your reach. I really kind of see you jumping straight into it. This feels really, really big. I just love the owl's eyes in this because it's kind of like a little puppy. Some of you might be getting a puppy. I don't know. It's just coming up. Well, this dog imagery is coming in, even though it's an owl. But it's kind of just like a come through, Virgo. Like this is for you. Of course, you know it's completely up to you whether you leap into it. But for a lot of you, this is what you've been waiting for, and I really do believe that you just felt like it was so far out of reach. And after the Truth Be Told comes in, you have this beautiful imagined energy, and you have that clear blue. So something is being shifted, which is so interesting because where you are currently, again, we see that fog and mist in the background for you, Virgo. It's like this kind of not blue. It seems like it's supposed to be blue, but there's this green, orangey clouds. I think something around you, I'm going to say the word poisonous, and please, like, don't be fearful when I'm saying it. It's almost like toxic. There we go. Like a toxic fog around you. And it's slowly been getting at you. It's kind of like one of those things. So now there's this fresh air coming in this new chapter. And that's what the Imagine card is for me. It's kind of like judgment energy. All right, it's that rising up, it's truth, clarity coming through, understanding the lessons that we can move on to the next. And it is a card of new beginnings. We got number 20 here, so it is, I kind of feel like double beginnings. And you do have a 10 here as well, so you're achieving something and getting ready for the next. You guys are really shifting, like jumping timelines. You're going from the 4 straight to the 10. That's what it feels like. It's quite interesting, because I think the 4 has been painful enough, you know. All right. You then have the Y card coming through after Imagine, which is really where you're finding the answers. So after this clarity, we have this orange energy, which is very much the sacral chakra. So there's that confidence and, you know, understanding of feelings on a deeper level. It feels like you are tapping into this Akashic record, and that's what this card is about. It's about asking yourself the right questions, feeling more curious about why you're here, and actually having that book in front of you to look into. So some of you could be like getting advice from a mentor, a spiritual guide. Someone could be telling you a little bit about your past life or, you know, your purpose here. But for a lot of you, this is you tapping into it yourself, because you're now in an energy where you can. Because I think the environment that you've been in, whatever this is, whether it's, again, what we need to clean out, seems to be the case. To do with a backlog of things. All right, interesting. Let's see what else is coming through. Let's see what the blockages might be this week for Virgo. 6 of Pentacles, blockages. All right, there definitely is a lack of confidence coming through for you, which doesn't make any sense to me, because you are showing up as a Queen of Wands, which is a very beautiful energy inside and out. Some of you have been doubting yourself, doubting your abilities, doubting your skills. I'm gonna really need a drink in a sec. Some of you have been feeling out of touch with this like part of yourself that can be represented by the Queen of Wands. So this independent, strong, beautiful energy. You know, her energy is very warm, very loving, very open. And again, we have this very restricted energy with the 8 of Swords, very similar to that 4 of Pentacles here, of like holding to yourself. Maybe you haven't been wanting to socialize a lot and not feeling confident enough to turn up to certain things. And, you know, there's this blockage coming through when it comes down to, and also your optimism. She has the sunflower, and sunflowers face the sun. So it just shows that there is this part of you that is able to look at the really amazing things in life and to face the sun, which is happiness and freeing and joyful energy. But there have been problems around you, let's just be honest. Things that have been haunting you, whether it is things of the past, whether it is certain things that we have not had the time or energy to deal with. And it's caused you to feel quite stuck mentally, though, because you do have the ability to take action, which is what the Queen of Wands is showing me here. But there is almost this like trickery of the mind, you know, that's saying there is way too much. I'm just going to close up. Like, that's it. You know, can't see anyone, can't do anything. I feel stuck. So sorry. It's a throat chakra. I don't know what you've been saying out loud, or other people might be saying about you. Like, it's causing fear. It's creating fear. Because if we really looked around, this is what the 8 of Swords is about. It is understanding that there are swords all around you. Things have been done against you or said about you, or things that are causing some challenge. But if we look around, we can actually see a way out. We can always see a solution. But when we're blindfolded and putting ropes around ourselves and restricting ourselves, we're not dealing with the problem, and also we're not able to find a solution either, because all we can think about is the fact that we're stuck. So bring on this Queen of Wands energy. Understand that you are a very beautiful, very independent person already. All these things that you feel like you lack, you have. It's just that you're not feeling up to it. And the more that you're saying that to yourself, the more that you're dragging yourself away from that being. I don't want to say it like this, but it is a sense of because we have the Six of Pentacles here, some of you might benefit from being around certain people, helping other people, and this can actually build the confidence a bit more, because I'm sensing that maybe your detachment from people or doing what you love has caused you to not love it anymore. You know, the more that you're not doing it, the less you feel that you're good at it. I don't know what I'm saying to me, even if it's just a personality thing, you know. The Six of Pentacles, though, is also my card of like what you're spending your day doing, what you're spending your weeks doing, what who are you giving your time and energy to? Are these good people for you? Are these people who are bringing you fear? Are we looking at our phone a lot? Is that bringing us productivity or happiness or joy? Even if it's just like watching puppy videos online, I don't know, it just came to my mind, I had to say it. You know, watching animal videos can bring some happiness, but just remember that phones, any kind of technology, when we're using it in a way that we do as a society, not everyone, it can release a lot of dopamine and make normal life very boring or seem not very good enough. Whereas these escapism things that we get to do, such as scrolling or watching certain things excessively, even tarot readings, guys, is giving you it's giving you an overload of dopamine that you could be getting not as much as in your normal life. It's creating bad habits, basically. And unfortunately, companies nowadays like to manipulate our minds. But this is where we understand what you pay attention to is your choice. And if we're giving to things that are unbalanced, if we're giving to things that we know are going to create fear, create anxiety, create more restriction and more fear keeps coming up, then the more that we're detaching from the other side of it, which is pure confidence. It is, you know, instead of being worried that you're not good at something, keep practicing it. And I know it's an easy example to make and easier said than done. But the more that you do something, it may not bring you that same sense of dopamine than doing other things to distract yourself. But at the same time, it's going to give you long-lasting results. And that's a lot more rewarding, trust me. So just pay attention to that. We do have the Ace of Swords underneath this. So for a lot of you, this is just about giving yourself the truth to then take action. For some of you, you could be hearing from a father figure here. All right. All right, what's the advice, please, for Virgo? So it's just bringing balance into your world. I want to get some advice for you. Seven of Cups. So Seven of Cups is coming through with the Ten of Swords. So for some of you, I kind of get it's like putting an end to confusion, or a part of yourself that may be seeing things in maybe a more of a worse light. Is that mask energy. I think you're putting that to an end. Anything that's just causing confusion, anything that's causing any kind of negativity, you're moving away from. If anything is, for a lot of you, what came out here is this energy. And it feels like the Seven of Cups is in between and the Ace of Pentacles hits. So just pay attention to what you're paying attention to. One is going to lead you towards a very beautiful goal, something again that starts off as a seed and ends up being very long lasting for you, because the Ace goes to the 10. Or we're picking things that kind of create an instant ending, you know, whether that's people again, or whether it's just short-term things, you know, that end up making you feel very drained afterwards. So I think you're really working on yourself. And again, this is a very kind of spiritually involved reading. I think it's to do with your spirituality or your spirit as a person, you know, it's to do with something inside you. But again, it's affected by the things outside of you. So this is where the clean up card is coming through. Is like, get rid of any distractions that are stopping you from getting you to be who you want to be, to get the life you want to live. So sorry, my throat is really coming through. And now Virgo, now you're in your energy. Look at that. This is what you truly want. And you can have it. You've seen it. It's your destiny. But the more that we're picking things that are tricking us to have like, oh, this is a really good cup. No, it's not. All right, so just pay attention to anything that has a mask. Anything that feels too good to be true, pay attention to. Some of you are going on some sort of trip, by the way. I can see some travel coming up, but it feels like maybe solo travel because it's got the Hermit here. But this could also be going to be very enlightening for you, or very, it could be very, what's the word I want to get out of this? going to open up your mind a bit more. You know, you're going to gain a lot of wisdom through whatever that travel has to do with. Like, it starts off with the Knight of Wands, which is very youthful. Sorry. It's a very youthful energy. And you're going to come back like the Hermit. So there could be some challenges, but this is all going to be character developing. And that could just be a thing for this whole read. I'm going to pull you some of these for Virgo. It's kind of like just jumping straight into it. That's what the Fool card is about. It's like, instead of like trying to hold on to everything, just take a leap. See where it gets to. Do something different. We have denial, so we need to release that. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness, all right? And that's what seems to lead you towards some success, all right? I know that there is no greater goal than to love. And let's get you some tea leaf tarot as well for Virgo, please. Yeah, look, guys, we have the barrel here. This says you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals, or confidence. We have goldfish. This says increase in material wealth or spiritual growth, or both. And it rhymed too. All right, some of you may be having to deal with some sort of accusation or trouble. This may be something you've already been going through. This could even be your own self. Frying pan is usually maybe getting a bit of hate here, okay? So trouble and accusations coming through. This is coming through with mountain, maybe how you deal with negativity or negativity around you. You're always going to have people that say things, especially if you're doing what I'm doing. Being online is very tough at times because, you know, there's some things that people say that does kind of get you a little bit like you want to explain yourself to them, or you want to prove them wrong, or you want to, but just don't bother about it. Trouble and accusations and major challenge to overcome with the mountain is just saying here that you can overcome this, but you just have to understand it from a different perspective. You do have beetle though with this. So you are going to be moving away from any of this trouble, accusations, whatever that might mean, and you're going to go towards good fortune. So that's all good to see. And again, you are going to be getting some sort of increase in material wealth or spiritual growth, which is very lovely. I think it's really going to help you out with what you feel like you've been lacking. All right, but first, remove denial, remove fear, remove whatever this Four of Pentacles is, okay? Limitation, restriction, I don't have enough, this, and that. All right, take the leap of faith. See what happens when you decide to do it and stick to it, okay? Because I think it's going to lead you towards some really amazing things. All right, I love you, Virgo, and I hope to see you guys next time.